Let's move on now. South African President Jacob Zuma has survived a no-confidence motion against him at a meeting of top officials of the ruling African National Congress Party on Sunday. The president is facing mounting pressure against him within the ANC, opposition parties and civil society. This has risen since he sacked respected Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan in March, triggering credit rating downgrades that have further hit the struggling economy. Mr. Zuma is scheduled to step down from the ANC helm in December, but his term as the South African president runs until 2019. Let's get more on this story from our South African Bureau Chief, Betty Dibia, who joins us live from Johannesburg. You're welcome to the program. What more can you tell us about the ANC meeting that held yesterday, which more or less reaffirmed President Zuma's leadership?
So they and it's still as glaring, as possible. The NEC meeting is as I said before, the highest decision-making body, and that vote, apart from every other thing they talked about, they all acknowledged the differences, and even President Zuma had the chance to address them, where he talked about or asking those criticizing him not to do so in public, but he loves the party and they can resolve the issues within. We are asking the people to, keep the party unified. But that vote did happen, the vote of no confidence, where it still went 18-4 and 54 again, meaning that he still remains the party. And this evening, when the Secretary General of the party was addressing the media, they said the issue of trying to remove the president is something much bigger, bigger, more dangerous plot to dislodge the ANC from power. So the president still remains the head till December, when another person becomes the leader of the ANC.
So how are South Africans, especially civil society in the country, reacting to this news?
Of course, a lot of people didn't hear what they expected to hear, but views are still pretty much divided. But to many, it's pretty much business as usual. Oh, we've heard all these things before. Nothing really has changed. And we know that the ANC is losing support with all the division. And we know that there is a leadership conference coming in. We're expecting leaders in December ahead of 2019. But so some of the things happening now, the division, people are trying to take position towards that election. So to some of the analysts, there's nothing new happening.
Well, you said it's business as usual for the regular South Africans. What about the ANC itself? Is it business as usual too? Or will there be an attempt by the ANC to clean up its own image?
They're talking about that, but the divisions have, when I say pretty much business as usual, those expecting something different or a different outcome from the NEC meeting were quite disappointed. And they're saying, oh, all we've heard is pretty much business as usual. But that's as far as that expression goes. But the ANC is trying to let the people know that they're trying to clean up the issues. But we know that a lot of people are saying, as long as you have the president at the head of ANC, where the veterans of the party are against him, and some of the people who are much younger are against him, that there's still a problem. But they really need to do the cleaning up before the elections, if not they'll lose out more.
Right. Finally, we've heard reports that President Jacob Zuma is planning to set up a home in Dubai. And this comes amid deepening controversial news of his ties with the Gupta family in South Africa. What's your reaction to this? What more can you tell us, really?
This comes from a series of leaked or allegedly, leaked emails that was written about by a local newspaper. Of course, the presidency and the president, as well as the legal representatives of the Gupta family, have rejected this. The presidency, in reacting to this, said, it's all fake news. That the president himself said, look, Kandla is my home. When I'm done with office, I will be going back, and there is no issue of me going anywhere else to live. And he talked about his son, who is who is close to the Guptas, that there was nothing really that has been communicated to him regarding that, but that he's going nowhere. He will be in the country after he leaves office.
Right. Thank you so much for your time on Network Africa. Our South African Bureau Chief Betty DBS speaks to us live there from Johannesburg. Still to come on the program. In North, the countdown to Kenya's election begins as presidential candidates present nomination documents.